Hi everyone, how are you doing today? Welcome to 20 Minutes in 2020. And today I'm going to talk a little bit about breath and a discovery that I made. So let me just stretch down here. Um, I have lots of books everywhere in my apartment. I have a bookcase, but I don't keep everything there. And so there are like piles of piles of books everywhere. And I have been looking for this particular journal for a really long time, and I had no idea where it was. And I came across it just a few days ago, and it was quite timely because I was thinking of some of the stuff that was in here. So, excuse me. So this journal, it's called Breathe. It's by Thich Nhat Hanh, and it's basically just a empty notebook. But the nice thing about it is that on each page, you've got um, something that describes what to do when you're breathing in and what to do when you're breathing out. So I'll just pick a random page. It says, aware of my skin, I breathe in. Aware of cool water on my skin, I breathe out. And I mean, I've had this journal for a long time, and it never occurred to me that, oh, this is a couplet. And oh, my breath is a couplet. So I just wanted to play around a little bit with that in terms of, different ways that we can think about the breath, different metaphors that we can use to describe the breath. Some of these metaphors may resonate with you. As you know, I like playing with language. So just the discovery that, oh, my breath is a couplet, like in poetry, was so profound, even though, I've had this for a very long time. So I started like just flipping through and looking at some of these couplets here. And I realized that there's actually one section where the couplets deal very much with the body. So that one I mentioned about the skin, so bringing awareness to the skin. Some of the couplets are not quite as body grounding. So for example, this one says, experiencing the joy of letting go, I breathe in. Smiling to the joy of letting go, I breathe out. So there's a mix of these, but I decided to make a little PowerPoint deck and to do a recording where we're focusing on the body-centered ones and to do our body scan using these couplets. So instead of me just leading you through the body scan, I thought, oh, okay, maybe I could use these couplets to conduct the body scan. And then as I was thinking about it more, I thought, oh, maybe we can do it together and read it together. So there are a couple of options here. I can either just read the couplets and then, you can just close your eyes and follow along. Or if you want, you can read them as with me. You can have yourself on mute and practice the breathing while we're reading the couplets. So let me just go ahead and share my screen. Okay, so for example, here we have breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. And then after that first line, you can inhale. And then you read breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. And then you can allow an exhalation or bring attention to exhalation. And so we can work with that. That's what I wanted to work with a little bit today, because I know like the last session, I spoke a little bit more of connecting with our bodies. And, I think that in this time, our body does so much to support us, and it's a good time to listen to our bodies, to really figure out what's going on, because every day it's kind of like Groundhog Day, right? Every day is starting to look the same, is feeling the same, and we can use our bodies to like tap into like, oh, what's happening? Am I getting agitated? Can I feel it in my body? And then respond to that and figure out, okay, what's the best way? What tools do I have to help with my anxiety or my fear or my anxiousness, whatever it might be? Go ahead and get into a comfortable position. If you want, you can have your monitor to the side of you so that you can create a sense of more openness and spaciousness. It's fine if you're in front of your laptop as well, whatever suits you today. Okay, so let's just take a minute here to express a little gratitude. That could be just having, expressing gratitude for having the availability of time to be here, or whatever else you would like to express gratitude for today. Before we start our body scan, I'd like you to just take a moment to hold yourselves. So it's almost like you're embracing yourself and squeezing your fingers into your arms, giving yourself a mini massage. You can work your way up to the shoulders, give a loving squeeze there. And then when you're done with your little mini massage, rest your hands in your lap or on your knees or wherever is comfortable for you today. So we're going to start with our breathing couplets. And I'm going to read these, and you can either listen, or if you want to read them as well while I'm doing them, you can do that too. Breathing in, I know I am breathing in. Breathing out, I know I am breathing out. Breathing in, I have arrived. Breathing out, I am home. Aware of my stable posture, I breathe in, enjoying my stable posture, I breathe out. Aware of my eyes, I breathe in. Aware of my sight, I breathe out. Aware of my skin, I breathe in. Aware of the sun on my skin, I breathe out. Aware of my lungs, I breathe in. Aware of the scent of fresh grass, I breathe out. Aware of my feet, I breathe in. Aware of the rich earth, I breathe out. Aware of my body, I breathe in. Smiling to my body, I breathe out. Breathing in, my breath goes deep. Breathing out, my breath goes slow. So let's continue with that sensation and awareness of breathing in, my breath goes deep. And breathing out, my breath goes slow. Feel the depth on the inhalation and the slowness on the exhalation. Okay, so let's slowly bring awareness back to the body. You can wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. And let's just return to our breathing couplets. Aware of my body, I breathe in. Smiling to my body, I breathe out. I'd like you to take notice of when you smile to your body. Can you feel that smile? Does your body feel different? I'll read that couplet again. Aware of my body, I breathe in. Smiling to my body, I breathe out. Breathing in, my breath goes deep. Breathing out, my breath goes slow. So now I invite you to put your hand on your heart area and see if you can feel the depth of your inhalation and the slowness of your exhalation. And by bringing our hand over the heart area, can we feel that connection between breath and heart? So we're just gonna be here for a few more seconds and then we'll close off. And just enjoy the last few seconds that we're spending together here. All right. So let's just dedicate the merit. So you can dedicate some of the merit to your practice any way you like. I dedicate some of the merit from my practice today to those who were unable to make it, and that we continue holding space for them. Thank you.